Today, let's break down the Miner Hog Hybrid and how you can earn more 3 stars after the December 2020 update. What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt, and today we're going to break down the Miner Hog Hybrid here at Town Hall 12 after the December 2020 update. And quite a bit has changed for this attack, from using 2 different super troops all the way into using the new Blizzard method, which we're going to look at first. The Blizzard Hybrid is a new way that you can use the hybrid with the battle blimp. Now, this one is still fairly easy, but we're going to walk you guys through it. This one here is going to show you how to use the Blizzard to create pathing. This is going to be in addition to your Queen Charge, not a substitute. That's why you're going to still be adding the Queen Charge to get more value and pathing. That's exactly what you really want to try and consider. So here, what we want to be able to do is use the battle blimp away from the town hall, but to get rid of a significant part of the base. Mainly getting rid of a large portion of these buildings here, just to make it a little bit easier for the rest of the Queen Charge to move through when we decide to charge our Queen in for the Eagle Artillery. We're using this in order to create a bit more pathing for the rest of the attack. So we really want to try and consider these different things. You want to make sure that you are using the Blizzard correctly by getting rid of some pathing, whether this be going in for a multi-inferno or for the town hall. Now, of course, you can always use this on the town hall. It has enough juice to get through it, as long as the super wizards don't walk up and get absolutely wrecked by the bomb. However, you do want to only do this in case the town hall is in a good spot where you can lure out the clan castle and you can get some good pathing out of the way by using that Blizzard on the town hall. So you have those options that you have. Outside of this, that's the pathing necessary to use this one. So we want to first go over exactly what you're doing with the blimp, and we're going to slow it down for you guys so you can see exactly what's going on. Now, usually I would recommend using the balloon in order to soak up any seeking air mines if there are any. But what you're typically doing here, if you're having trouble with the invisibility spells, drop the invisibility spell first, then pop the blimp. That way, you're able to get through without having to worry. And then make sure that you're timing the invisibility spell. That way, you're giving yourself enough time to get through. So we've already gotten a nice part of the base here, and we already started some work with the baby dragon. So once you're guaranteed to get rid of a good area of the base, start creating the funnel for your queen. That way what you're able to do is focus on getting your queen in instead of keeping her on the outside. Now, dealing with the enemy clan castle troops, like we've seen with any Queen Charge attack, is fairly simple. You can use a poison spell. Usually you want to save that for the super minions if you're seeing them, or even for the headhunters, but usually freeze up those headhunters in order to make sure that you're able to get through them. But you'll see here that we're doing this charge in order to get rid of the Eagle Artillery. Once we've gotten that down, it's time to create the other side of the funnel. And this is where it becomes a little bit easier and a little bit simpler to see exactly what's going on. So since we got rid of a large part of that area, this is the path into the town hall and throughout the rest of the base. You want to try and consider these things when you guys are using the Miner Hog Hybrid. You want to try and get over to the town hall as quickly as you can. You want to use the Warren ability over the miners and hogs as they get through the town hall, which is going to be the main threat. You want to make sure that you're protecting them so they can get through it. Now, in this case here, unfortunately, we did lose all of our hog riders, but we didn't bring that many. Just enough hog riders to still move through, provide a little bit of a tank for the miners as they continue to move in. But you'll see that we've got no hogs on the back end. We have no hogs from a siege barrack since we used the battle blimp. And we're able to use the freeze spells to support the queen, but we've also got the use of the miners and the heal spell in order to still push through. And keeping them underneath the warden's passive ability is exactly what you want to try and do in order to get the 3-star. And this is just one way of using the Miner Hog Hybrid. We have 3 other replays to share with you guys about this attack strategy and how to use it going into 2021, and how you guys can really master this attack really after the new update. So there's a lot that has changed slightly, but hopefully it will still be very helpful. Let's also teach you guys how to deal with centralized Town Hall bases in order to make it easier for you to crush anti-2-star bases. Next up, let's talk about how you can deal with the centralized Town Hall bases while using the Queen Charge. We have nothing else special other than the use of the Siege Barrack in order to help create a little bit of a funnel. If you want to use a Battle Blimp with Yetis in there, you can of course do that, but for the most part what you're doing with this is you're going to be doing a Queen Charge. Typically, if you're going to be doing just that, you want to try and clear away one part or one section of the base. What you're doing with this is you're creating pathing for your main army, which is the Hybrid. So you're using those miners and hogs to get through, and you want to make sure that the Hybrid is going through the base and getting to the Eagle artillery as quickly as you can, even if it's on the other side of the base. You can still make it a little bit easier for yourself by getting rid of the Town Hall and creating that pathing like you see here in order to make it easier for your push with the Hybrid. So we want to start by going over the Queen Charge. We want to start by focusing on getting her in. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a couple baby dragons, and notice how we're not using the healers just yet. There's no reason to. She's not taking a ton of damage, which is going to force us to use the healers. So in this case here, we're going to drop in one, then we'll drop in the rest of them once we see that she's taking a little bit more fire, mainly from the Warden Altar, from the Multi-Inferno, and that's where we're going to use the Rage spell. Using a balloon with the Rage in order to soak up any Seeking Air Mines or air traps, if there are any, is incredibly important. Now, while you're charging in, you want to try and focus on getting your queen in to get rid of the Town Hall if you are able to do so. If you're dealing with single target Infernos, use the 2 free spells that you have in your spell composition. That way you can get through just fine. So now you'll see that we're getting our queen into the base, we're allowing her to kind of get rid of some of these structures, making it easier for the push into the base with the Hybrid. So what we've got now is the Queen Charge going in for the Town Hall. She's going to make it a lot easier. We're going to drop in a Rage spell in order to protect her from taking too much damage from the Town Hall. And once that's happened, we can start deploying the funneling on the other side for our Hybrid, using the P.E.K.K.A. from the Siege Barrack itself, of course, and the King. We want to make sure that what we're able to do is get these miners and hog riders to go in. So while the Queen is walking on her own, we don't need to worry about her. We now want to focus our attention on the Hybrid. So you can see that we're using more hog riders and more miners. We've got the use of the Warden ability. Now we don't need to use it over the Town Hall, and instead we can use it to go through the base after we deployed that first heal. So we can deploy the second heal later on in the attack, where we can use this Warden ability to provide a bit more support. Now, something that you may have noticed is that he didn't charge in directly for the clan castle troops, and you don't really need to all the time, unless, of course, it's something extremely hard to deal with. But if it's something like headhunters and, of course, super minions, then it's not really worth the trouble. So you can see from here, though, it's pretty easy to get through a large parts of the base by just using that Queen Charge to get through the Town Hall in another section in order to create that pathing, like I mentioned, for the main push. And that's what you need to decide on doing if you're going to use the Queen Charge over any other version. And speaking of that, let's go over the new way of using the Zap Hybrid. Now, next up, we have got the Zap Hybrid, and this attack strategy, ever since the lightning spell change in terms of the clan castle, most people would think that this strategy is dead. Well, it's not. Well, now what you can do with it is you can use it for pathing. By looking at this part of the base here, you can use 5 lightning spells and 1 earthquake to get rid of more value. Instead of solely focusing on where the clan castle was, you can now use it to get rid of much more than you ever could have before. Like, for instance here, 2 expos and a multi-inferno. That is huge value for just 5 lightning spells and 1 earthquake. It's a little bit more that you can do. And remember, this is just in addition to your Queen Charge. So that way what you're able to then do is focus on getting your queen in and getting some pathing set. And then what you want to do is you want to create the funnel here so that then you can focus in on getting your Hybrid into the base, and you want it to kind of look a little something like this when you enter in. So it doesn't have to be entirely perfect, but you want to make sure that they're able to get to the Eagle Artillery as quickly as you can. So that's really the simplest approach as far as I can give you guys with the lightning spells. You never really needed to use the lightning over the clan castle. You always want to try and be very creative with them. So using them on other defensive structures, not the clan castle, was something that you could have done before, but never really was engaged upon it. So you could always just use it on the clan castle. Now you want to use it on other things since it doesn't really affect the clan castle. So what you'll see here is that we're walking our queen. We're starting our queen walk, and we're going to turn this into a queen charge later. We're creating the funnel on one side by using sneaky goblins, and we're going to break open into the base using the super wall breakers. So the use of 2 super troops has really helped the dynamic of hybrid a lot more. So you'll see that we're going to use the super wall breaker here in order to break open this compartment, since that's a closed off compartment and the wall breakers will go there. We're going to cut off the funnel for the queen by using some sneaky goblins there. And then that way, what we can do is use another super wall breaker while dealing with the enemy clan castle troops to open up this part of the base. That way now the queen can actually step up into the base and get rid of the town hall very, very easily, since we've already created some nice pathing for the rest of this push. So you just want to make sure that you're doing just that when you are doing this. Now you want to then go ahead and start your funnel on the other side of the base so you can go ahead and send your hybrid in. Once you're guaranteed the town hall like you see here, getting rid of the town hall with the queen, raging her up so she can deal with all the damage that she's going to have to face off with, and then allowing you to create the funnel by using the king and the siege barrack. Once we've done exactly that, we can start sending our hybrid in. And like I mentioned before, remember that the path here, it doesn't have to be anything special. We want to be able to work our way in and going in for this Eagle Artillery towards the bottom. So we want to make sure that we're working our way towards it by getting through the multi-inferno, using the warren ability over the group of miners and hogs as they get through, and after we used one heal spell, and then using that second heal towards the back end of the base, where there is the Eagle Artillery and possibly a multi-target Inferno, even if we get rid of that with the Queen. And you can just see how powerful this strategy is. Being able to still move through the base without having to really worry too much, and using the lightning spells to get more value is really what you want to try and work on. By making sure that you're able to do just that, you can open up the base to a lot more. So that kind of really sums up what you can do with the Zap Hybrid nowadays, and how you can still use it. For those of you who are really surprised saying that Zap Hybrid is still alive, well, you guys shouldn't be too surprised because the lightning spells are really good for pathing. So now let's go over the final example of hybrid, going over the use of the Yeti Bomb. Now this final example is going to go over the Yeti Bomb and how you can use it a bit more effectively. Now normally though, you want to make sure that you're getting a lot of good value from your charge, so you want to make sure that you're able to get into a particular area of the base where you can still lure out the clan castle and deal with it very easily. Of course, you could use the Yeti Bomb at any location. Getting rid of a multi-inferno and then using the hybrid into the town hall is one option. But mainly what you want to try and do is use that queen charge to get rid of a particular area of the base in terms of creating pathing. Then you can go ahead and use that hybrid in order to sort of, get through a large part of the opposite side of the base, and while you're going over for the town hall. This way you can actually use the battle blimp with the warren ability to get over to the town hall safely without having to use that battle blimp going this direction. So you have options if you plan on using this attack with the Yeti Bomb. So we're going to start by using the queen charge. Normally though, if there's like a single inferno, you may want to use the Yeti Bomb first. I would never recommend using it later, but if you want to do so, you have complete judgment to do so. But you want to make sure that what you're able to do though with the charge, if you're going to be using it first, is to get deeper into the base. That's the main goal. And if you could use sneaky goblins to sort of create a little bit of a funnel, try that. Try what you can in order to funnel into the base for your queen. And this attack, we don't have a max king. He's only level 55, so this can still work with a low level king. It doesn't really matter what level he is as long as you're using him for funneling. But you're able to get through a nice part of the base by making sure that you're able to create one particular side of the funnel and allowing yourself to get into that base and get into that specific part that you want in order to lure out the clan castle troops like you see here, and by also making sure that you're able to create a little bit of a path. So making sure that we're able to deal with the enemy clan castle troops is incredibly important. But now that we've been guaranteed that part of the base, we can then go ahead and use wizards and also the king in order to funnel this part of the base down in order to make sure that he's able to enter into the main part of the base where he needs to go. So he's going to use the heal spell first. He still has a rage spell included, but he's going to be using the heal spell first in order to protect everything. He's got the use of the warn ability that he's going to use over the battle blimp along with the miners and hogs as they start moving themselves over to the town hall. And as you can see, the miners and hogs are more focused on the other defenses, while this battle blimp, along with the Yeti, is going to be enough to get rid of the town hall underneath the rage spell. We're also going to use this in order to get rid of the eagle artillery, which is another very important defense. And since it was right there, we're able to get rid of that entire compartment with the raged up Yetis. So you really want to try and consider those different factors. Outside of that, the rest of it becomes cleanup. Once you get rid of those buildings, it can really only happen one, two ways. If you don't have enough heal spells, then you're going to maybe lose a lot of your miners and hog riders towards the back end. But if you have healers like you see here where we got a healer swap, you can actually use that to your advantage and you'll be able to use the healers to heal up the miners and hogs even after taking damage from splash buildings and multi-infernos. Hopefully this video finds you well. Hopefully you can take away something from this video. Let me know what you think about the hybrid in the after the new 2020 update. Let me know if attacking in general has changed. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys ring the notification bell so you don't miss any educational Clash of Clans content here that I do on the channel. And make sure you guys go ahead and follow me over on the social and join my community Discord server. But without further ado, guys, that is going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.